Hi guys, this is Suzanne HB, Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram, and today's tutorial is on the Spearmint Leaves bracelet, which is one that Rainbow Loom kindly shared as well, and a lot of you liked, so I thought that I would do this one. It's a really straightforward one, particularly if you've done any of my border designs before and if you know the leaf stitch, L-E-A-F. So yeah, it is a really straightforward design. You have to start with the single chain going up. Here I've used the silks, which gave it a special touch, and on the border I actually used the 600 pack Spearmint sweets. So you can actually mix and match your bands on this a little bit. Probably the thicker band through the middle would be best. If you're using sticky bands for the border, you might want to use some of the tips and tricks I've seen around. Amanda and Monica Alumi have got some suggestions on what you can do with sticky bands. It would be easier without sticky bands. I'm going to demonstrate it today with opaques, so let's get on with it. So you need to start with your chain. I've just done a small length here. So if you're not sure how to do a single chain, we'll just run a couple by you. But if you're attempting this one, I'm assuming you would know how to do a single chain. Let's just run it through quickly. You start, and by the way, if you want to do a single chain on your loom like you normally would, feel free to do that and then do the border with the hook. So you pull a band through the chain, band through the cap band, and another one through both loops, catch it again, and you just keep going doing that, and so on until you have a chain. I think this one takes a chain approximately the length of your wrist. It doesn't stretch it out too much, and you do need to do it on both sides of the border, otherwise it will, both sides of the chain, otherwise it will curl, as you'll see as we do it. Alright, so I'm going to use I'm not quite sure which orange this is of the opaques, but it's the brighter orange, not the neon. I don't think it's neon. And I think that one might be neon green in the Rainbow Loom opaques. So I'm going to use that for the border. And first of all, I'll demonstrate the leaf stitch. So the leaf stitch is basically, you can do it a couple of ways. You can get two bands, put the left, if you're right-handed. I'm doing this for a right-hander, so just reverse it if you're a lefty. Left over right, you go up through this one, down through this one, up through this one, like you're weaving, and then just pull it through. You end up with a single chain and an open band loop, like that, and that's what I call my leaf stitch. The way I normally do it while I'm going through is I actually hook a band on and hold my finger there, put the other one over the top, and then release and go over that, under that, and pick it up. It's also possible to do it by just putting a band on, which is going to be your loose open loop, and then pulling another band through and connecting it, and that is your leaf part. And I call this the leaf part and the stem part. Look like a leaf. Okay, now that leaf stitch is what we do throughout this, so if you're not sure about that, have a few practices over that. Alright. We're starting with the chain facing with the cap band as a circle, not sideways, and we're going up from the back through to the front. We're going to do that all the way through. So you get your first lot of border colour, make a leaf stitch, like so. Now, this one has a little variation on the leaf stitch. You now slip knot loosely that band under that one. If you're a crochet person, you'll use your hook and twist it and bring it under. If you're not, you may use the pulling the band over, or you might do it like this, whichever is more comfortable. But you just need to get a slip knot going. Then you pull it through, but don't pull the slip knot through, just that front part of the loop, like that, so the slip knot kind of gets pushed, caught on that side. And now we're going to be picking up both this side of this band and also, if you see this is just loosely held here, so we're going to be picking up the other side. This is all one band running through there. So we're going to be picking up the other side as well. So you can pull it out or you can wait and do it with your hook. So you've done your slip knot and you've pulled it through. I usually pinch on this side so that I've got a little bit of tension on there. Pull that through, or again, if you're not a crochet person, you may lift it over somehow. This is not as easy for me because I'm a crochet person. Alright, so we've lifted that over. Then we're going to just pick up from this side, the other side of that band, like so. And that's the whole lot. And we're going to do that sequence all the way up. So again, coming through from the back, make sure you're coming through and keeping it straight on the same plane all the way through. So we do another leaf stitch and slip knot it loosely. And the only difference with this one as opposed to the beginning one is we're going to pull through the center chain plus the border loops that are on there already. Pinch here, grab that loop, pull it through there, and then grab the other side of that loop. So it's like between these little loopy bits here. Just pick that bit up. And you can stretch it out, or you can use your fingers to even that out, because that's just that band running through there. And that's your next stitch. And that forms that, it's the bit that forms like the spearmint leaf shape, which gives it its name. Spearmint leaves. I don't know if other people get them. They used to be a lolly that or a sweet, a candy, that my mum used to buy at the shops and then eat on the way home. So that was her treat. Oh, don't talk and try and do the tutorial. Okay, so you've got your leaf stitch, slip knot it, pull through the loops on the hook, get this side of the free band, pull it under, and then you can either pull this side free with your fingers so it's easier to grab onto with your hook, or you can just do that with your hook. Give it a pull to even it out, pull it with your fingers to even it out, and that forms your spearmint leaf. Under from the back again. Leaf stitch, slip knot, pull through, grab that side of the loop, pull through, and grab the other side of that same band with your fingers or with your hook like that. Even it up, and away we go. So you can see how this one down here is sticking out more on this side. All you need to do is just even that out by pulling on the other side because it's the same band. And of course you can do the tweaking at the end. Now this will start to curve, as you can see, but don't worry about that because it will go nicely once you have the other side done. So through from the back. Oops. Leaf stitch, slip knot, pull through, pinch to give a bit of tension so it's easy to pull through, like so. And then either pull that out with your fingers, I'll show you that again so it's clear which bit you're grabbing. It's not these little loops that are going over that side, it's this end, and if you pull it, it's actually the same band as this. that is actually, if I pull on that, that's that same band. So you grab that band. You only need enough room just to be able to pick it up with your hook and even it up. So you do that all the way up, and it is best if you can, see how this has got a bit twisty through here? It is best if you can keep the bands from not getting too twisted. So let's go back and have a look and see what happened with that one there. So we want to keep the bands from twisting so that they sit nice and straight. Okay, so we'll start that one again. It's gone a bit twisty like. This one again. Leaf stitch. Slip knot. Slip knot, so you can lift that over if you like, if that's the way you prefer. Pull through, or you can lift those bands over. Grab that one and pull through that way. Grab that band there. Make sure I can get my focus. You want to grab that band there. Even it up. And that's it. Not so twisted. Alright, I'll do a couple more and then we'll go into the other side. The other side is exactly the same, but you just work in the opposite direction. That's the way I find it easiest to do these border-based ones. And this is not one that is particularly tricky. Just got to remember that slip knot. Over and through. That one there. I'm going to pull that out so I can get my hook onto it a little easier. Remember, you'll know you've got the right bit if you pull on that and it tightens up this because it's the same band. Alright, last one. Through from the back every time. And I apologise if my voice gets quieter. I start out concentrating on keeping my voice at a good pitch and at a good volume. And then as I'm concentrating on what I'm doing, my voice drops. So I'm sorry if I get a bit quiet sometimes. Okay, so we're going to grab that, pull it through. Grab that side. And pull that up. Now I would just finish this off by going through there and on the other side. And I would grab either a band of the centre colour or a band of the border colour, whichever you like. You've also got the option too, by the way, of putting the cap band as the border colour, so you have it running consistently up through. So, for example, if I'd done that one as the border colour, it would look a little bit more consistent probably. So, something to think about with your colours. Okay, so I would pull that through, and I'm just going to slip knot that to keep it there. And if you go from the cap band, as with all my border designs, if you discover that it's too short or too long, you can just extend it or take some bands off. Alright, so we're going to turn this over so that the border you've just done is sitting on the left there, and we're going to be working down this side. And we're still going to go from the back through the cap band, and the actions are all the same. I think that's a different colour. Never mind, that'll be cute for the demonstration anyway. Alright, so we have our leaf stitch. So it's exactly the same. slip knot it, pull it through that cap band, grab this loop, pinch to give a bit of tension, pull it through, then grab the opposite side of that loop and pull it up. When you turn it over, that will match the other side. Okay, so we're going to the next one. And when you've got it facing this way and you're working your border back this way, you're still going under, going from the back to the front. So leaf stitch, slip knot, pulling it through. I find this first one a little bit tricky, pulling it through those bands. Grab that loop, pulling it through, and going and grabbing that side. And again, that's going to now match that side, doing it this way. So I'll do it a couple more times this way, and then that'll be it. So we've got a leaf stitch, slip knot, pull through. Sometimes I pull that down at the back because it's easier to pull those through, like so. Oops. Grab that with your hook. The lighting's going a bit funny on these lighter colour ones. Give it a pull. And that's how you go. So you can see we're getting the spearmint leaf shape on this side as well. The opposite side's also quite pretty, but it's not as unusual. Oh, sorry, banging my iPad. Alright, so one last time this time, and then I shall leave you to it. You've got a whole pile of options when it comes to colours on this, because it is such a simple design. You can, as I did in my original one, you can do different colours running up the so it's probably a bit difficult to see this with the colour against itself. Grabbing the opposite side of that and pulling it straight. So if we were going to finish here, we would just put that through there. We would put it through the two that were up here, there, like we've sort of secured it here, and then we would slip a band through all of the 6 on there, and that's how you finish it off. So there you go, that's the Spearmint Leaves design, which is my own design, and I'd really like to see what you can do with that. Ooh. iPad's going a bit crazy, it doesn't like the lighting. There we go. I'd like to see what you can do with this one. Yeah, so that's what the other side looks like. It's cute, not as interesting, but I like the spearmint leaf side. Alrighty. So if you've liked this video, love you to give me a thumbs up, and you could subscribe. I've got a whole pile of plans for tutorials coming out because I know I'm a bit behind. And go check me out on Instagram on Crazy Just Might Work. And give me a follow there if you like that too. And if there's particular designs that you'd like to see tutorials on that I don't have ones on yet, please let me know, because I am running through trying to prioritise those ones that people would like me to do first. So thanks guys, and I will catch you later. Bye.